real estate. We all like real estate, right? That's great. And especially Australian real estate with so many good homes on the market, it's hard to choose what to buy. But luckily, I can handpick them. Alright, so let's have a look at this lovely lot in Cooper Pet. Now, you've got a lot of sheet metal on the outside. This is great, it protects the steel structure. You have an open living plan thanks to the previous owners. They were really kind as to incorporate it. And they've even incorporated some extra windows here and here and removed some of the insulation from the walls. So this will keep you nice and warm in winter. You've got, as I said, a nice steel frame, very sturdy. You've got some paper included, so if you'd like to incorporate that into your design as one of the, remodel choices, as this is a bit of a fixer-upper, you're welcome to do that. Now you have another one of these windows here, which has a lovely little box around it. I imagine this room would be perfect as a bathroom. You even have some previous electronics, This plastic, it's perfect to recycle and reuse. Well, this floor, you have a lot of scrap on the floor that you could definitely, once again, reuse in your construction. You have these beautiful dangling lights. I mean, you could probably still attach bulbs to them, and that would work. Otherwise, if you're just going for a swim, you can play a lovely little game with them. Try not to touch them. It's wonderful. I love choices like these. You have these holes in the roof. Stylistically, these are very beautiful. You also have holes in a lot of these major areas, so this is how you know there are no rats in this house. Once again, really lovely of the previous owners. Now, there's not really much more. Here's the view you get. It's a pretty wonderful view, of your neighbors, of this little mountain range. It's perfect for first-time home buyers. Great place to raise a family, so much space to run around in. You have this street art graciously included, and you have another doorway, lots of doors. You also have this little flat asphalt area, if you have kids, perfect place to put a playground or something. Yeah, it's a lovely home. Hell, you even have a mattress. How kind of them to include a mattress in your home. You won't even need to buy a mattress. Or any needles of urine, apparently. It looks wonderful at sunset. Once again, open floor plan. You could probably get a nice little 2-door system here. Wonderful to play around in. It's a brilliant home. Alright, so our second property is a charming property in Western Australia. So this starts from $30,000, very affordable. Now you have these nice spaces. I'm guessing it's from the 70s, just judging by the wall painting and, the floors. Once again, another included mattress. This is super nice of them. You have one of these included cupboards, and if you're raising kids in here, a nice little crawl space for them to run through. Kids love doing stuff like that. Now, in this kitchen, you have quite a few furnishings. Once again, another free mattress. You don't need to buy those for your stovetop. They also come included, and another fallen over object. Lovely painting, really fits the era, and you have a nice big window here. So if you're wanting to fix that, it's really great. You have a solid roof, and then your stovetop, all of this, it looks pretty perfect, pretty pristine actually. Now in this room, you have a little mini doggy door for your dogs to walk out of, during summer. It's really great. The previous owners have graciously included that. And you have a little hole in the floor, in case you want to set up a toilet in this room, I guess. That'll make it a lot easier to do the plumbing. Otherwise, when you're renovating, that'll really help when you're renovating. You have an included plastic chair, so kind of them. and you have some nice little curtains. Now, here they've done really well. They've removed this, so it'll be nice and cool during summer. You won't have to pay the aircon bill. You have another little doggy door space. Once again, really nice of the owners. So here in the master bedroom, your dogs can just walk right on out and then come back in to sleep with you on this included mattress. How lovely. So you have a big entryway here, a nice little narrow space. This is great for introducing guests to your home. And then out back, you've got a very big yard, lots of space to play around in. This tree, it's great for setting up a treehouse. I'm pretty sure everyone will love it. Now in here, you can set up a little space, have some beers, watch the football game. It's great. It's a nice little space for doing that. Um, yeah, not much else to say about that little space. So it's overall wonderful. It's in Western Australia, pretty large space. You've got one car space, sold as is, but it's a bit of a fixer upper. But there is a solid foundation here. You can even get NBM fiber to the premises. It's wonderful. This is great for first time home buyers, and it's such a great deal. I doubt this will be on the market long. Perhaps you're looking for some more economical accommodation, but you don't want to be too far from the city. You want to be in South Australia and pretty close to the city. Well, I have the house for you. So you have satellite here. It's great for your connections. You have some nice brick foundations, some nice windows. What looks to be a clothes rack. Yeah, you've got lots of clover. You have another clothes rack there. Wonderful view, magnificent view. You've got a doorway built in. Love that. Um, Cut out water tanks, so great for kids to play in. You've got a lot of cobwebs. I think you remove this with a hose. Um, yeah, you have this nice little driveway area. You've got some lovely bones. A very interesting wall solution that kind of gives the room a very modern vibe. I think you could probably describe it as, I guess, Fallout core. And to those who enjoy that aesthetic, that yeah, it's wonderful. You've got a flipped mattress. You have this wonderful little painting included. Isn't that nice? It's nice little light here. Once again, some really nice wall design here. You've got a little bit of ventilation built in here. It's great. Another little flip thing, so you can just get in there, lie down straight away. You've got a little shed or a living room, comes with a fridge. Nice fireplace, that'll keep you nice and warm in winter. Nice little covering over it. It'll be very soft on your feet. A very interesting entryway. With removable wooden panels. It's an interesting design choice that I'm surprised hasn't been replicated by more homes. So you have an open living plan, especially with the hallway. This seems to be a pretty common feature. And you have this nice roofing. It's a very brutalist look, but I think it really complements the space and gives it a feeling of openness. You have your toilet included and this nice big window, plus this charging cord included. Lovely. And then a nice little basin for washing your hands. Look at this massive shower. It's wonderful. You even have the opportunity to reconnect it to plumbing. Some more wooden panels. Nice little dimly lit space. It has a very cozy feeling to it, like kind of like a French cafe. Yeah. So pretty large plot. not much else really that you can say about it. You've got multiple doorways, some space here to park your car and for all the kids to play in, and then that wonderful view. It's lovely. You even have a spare cinder block there in case you want to do some building, you know, a little pottery. It's a great house. So finally, we have this lovely home slash church in my home state of Victoria. So it's lovely. Um, did they use magic eraser on that? That feels AI generated. Anyways, so this I think used to be a former church. Once again, you've got some free halls, lots of really nice lighting, a very open and inviting space. The floor might need to be redone, but otherwise it's fine. That might be a toilet. Ignoring that, you have this nice little roof here. I've actually heard that if you tap it lightly with the end of a broom, you can actually get some Australian snow to pour out of the roof. So you have some nice little cupboards. They all match the aesthetic of the interior. As you can see, nice little kitchen area, little area here for the family to run around if you want to make this your family home. Lots of wood bricks. There's a nice little video. So you have a hall, you have a kitchen. It's pretty simple. There isn't a bathroom included, but it's a fairly large space. So it's perfect for your family or cult. Whichever one you prefer. It's absolutely spectacular for it. It's a lovely piece of property in the heart of Victoria's country. Uh, yeah, it's really, really beautiful. God. Alright, that's my time. Thank you, Watch Mojo I mean, my channel nation, for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring that bell for more content. Please, please ring it. Please, they won't let me out of it. Please.